You tell someone, I like pancakes. They respond with, so you hate waffles? This is a series on interpersonal behaviors that can cause a group to weaken or implode. Today's behavior is asking questions that assume the worst of another member. I got the pancakes and waffle example from a tweet, pause to read, but I feel like it's very relevant to organizing. A question that assumes the worst of another member usually starts with the words so you, like so you think, so you're saying, so you do or you don't. And the question usually ends with something that puts you in a bad light relative to the group's mission, identity, or purpose. So for example, a member doesn't volunteer to do something. The question, so you don't care about this anymore? A member doesn't agree with the tactic of the group. So you think everything we've been doing has been a waste of time? A member says something good about a different group. So you think they're better than us? It's like, even though you are a member and you spend so many hours there as a volunteer versus being a paid staff, you still get questions that ostracize you a bit. So how do we deal with these questions? Well, depending on the context, I think the first thing to do is to remind each member involved about what the actual expectations are to be a member, like showing up to a weekly action, showing up to a monthly meeting. If the group isn't setting a clear expectation for membership, it opens the space for individual members to discredit each other or question each other to find the real members of the group, because the general membership expectations are so vague. The second thing to do is to quickly shift the conversation into a process-oriented question, something that usually starts with like what or how. So for example, we can take this question, so you don't care about this anymore, and turn it into, how can we get more members to care about this? Or what can we do to get more members to care about this? Another example, we can take this question, so we aren't going to do anything about this? And we can turn it into, what do we need to consider before deciding to jump in or not? Hope this helps your group and its members, and if you want to, go talk about this over some pancakes and waffles.